Okay, so I heard that Wix has a new AI website builder called Wix Vibe, and I thought I would give it a try and see if I am going to lose my career. Hopefully, AI doesn't completely wipe out web designers for my personal sake, but I wanted to try out Wix AI website builder. It's called Wix Vibe, and apparently, you can vibe code a website, describe your vision, and watch it build into a functioning website, is what they're saying on here. So, my suspicion is that it builds you a Wix template, like you build your own template instead of just using one of their existing templates and editing that. But we will see because the technology of AI is obviously pretty powerful. It's getting better every day. So, let's check it out. When you first go to the website, you basically have to create an account. You put your email, your password, choose a password. Okay, and then it brings you to a page that says what kind of creation experience are you looking for. You can do Wix AI website creation, or you can do Wix Vibe style website creation, where you can generate a site from a prompt. Um, I feel like that's the one people are probably most curious about right now. It says it's in beta mode, um, but we will see what how good it is. Um, okay, experience something new with Wix Vibe. It creates a one-of-a-kind site from your prompt, shaped by your ideas and powered by AI. All right. Um, you need to double check that everything works properly, or you can just use the regular builder, basically, like use AI to make a template without editing it from a prompt and then make it from there. So let's try the prompt. So we're going to do a website for what kind of business should we say we are? Um, let's say we're like a consulting service, we offer like consulting services. So we'll say website for my consulting services business. Um, let's be even more specific. So we will say my workplace consulting services business. So we're going to help out people with navigating their workplace, supporting employees. Okay. All right. So let's give it a little bit more description, help it out, right? So we want to do, let's say, like a navy blue and white color palette. Want it to look professional, modern. We'll have like minimal animation. Okay, let's see what that comes up with. All right, so it says your website will be for a workplace consulting services business, supporting employees navigating the workplace with a navy blue and white color palette, professional modern look, and minimal animation. Sweet. So the blueprint is ready. Okay, so it's developing everything. It says it's setting things up, might take a few minutes. Okay, it is 1:11. All right, so you can see it kind of like developing the color palette that I described, navy blue and white, and it added this kind of like seafoam green that I'm not a big fan of. Um, Maybe we can edit that later though. So let's see what else it comes up with. So it says generating your site. Okay, great. I'm now building your site. You can track its progress here. So it gives you a little way to watch what it's doing as it's putting things together. It created a little domain for us, workplaceedges.com. Okay, for now, I guess we can buy that if we want to. All right, so workplace consulting services website. Starting to build your workplace edge consulting site. Okay, I guess it gave it like a name for us. It's coming up with some images now of people. It's going through fonts. Still going. Okay, so it took about 5 minutes to finish generating my site. Okay, so let's see what we've got. So we've got navigating human workplace. Okay, So it created like a very minimalist hero, a very straightforward top of the page. It's all very standard what you would normally see in a template. Scrolling down, so we've got like the navy blue and white, okay. The zenith method. So we've got like pretty much what you would expect to see of a regular template. Okay, we've got some AI images in here. They all look they all look like AI images, but that's fine. I guess we could swap those out later if we have other images, or I guess we could find like free images from stock websites. It looks like it made a pretty standard 5-page website. So we've got home, services, our team, testimonials, contact. From the home page, you can start the conversation or explore services. So that takes you to the contact page or the services page. All right, so we've got a pretty standard website template. So it made pretty much what we described, navy blue and white website. It kind of put some copy in here for us, kind of guessing like what the services are. You could edit all of that later. So scrolling down here, ready to transform. Okay, we've got a footer. Okay, so meet our consultant. So this takes you to the team page. We've got a bunch of AI people in here. Made up some names for us. So the services page, pretty straightforward. Image above text cards. So we've got some guesses as to like what the services would be about. And the testimonials page, we've got some fake testimonials here. And star ratings. Contact page, pretty straightforward. So okay, so then from here, we want to be able to edit some stuff, right? So let's try, first of all, trying to change this color. Not sure about the seafoam green part of the palette. Can it be more sky blue? All right, let's see. Also, I feel like the site looks a bit plain. Let's try to spruce it up a little bit. It looks a little bit too basic, right? So can it be a little bit more engaging? Let's ask that in the prompt. Let's suggest maybe some parallax scrolling. So give it like a bit more of a dynamic feel. And let's ask for like a full screen hero image along the top of the home page. Okay, so it says updating the site to change the seafoam green to sky blue. Okay, I'm updating it now. So we see this little like wave thing going through the page. So let's see what it gives us. Okay, so it actually changed the navy blue to a lighter blue, which I think it changed the green as well, so that's fine. Yeah, I did actually like the navy blue. I just didn't want the seafoam green with the navy blue, so we've kind of lost my navy blue color, and now we've got like a middle blue, but I think it also took some of the green out of the seafoam green color we had before. This is fine. It's all basically more blue. Okay, so it put this dark background image. Hopefully it's gonna fix that so we can read the text on top. Okay, still going. It's been about a minute and a half. Okay, so good. It did change the text to white on that darker image, so now we can see the text more easily. Let's see if it will do something about this image on top of the image now, because now we've got the image it had originally on the right, but then it also added the hero background image. So now we've got the same image layered on top of of the background image. Okay, it says done. I've updated your website with sky blue colors. It gave us the color codes. And then it says added parallax scrolling effects throughout the page and implemented a full screen hero image with a parallax background. Okay, so let's go through. Okay, so we've got no navy blue now, but that's fine. We've got the regular blue. We've got the no seafoam green. Um, and the rest of it looks pretty much still fine. Okay, so just scrolling down here. Okay, so then let's go back up and maybe we can just edit this ourselves later. So services page looks exactly the same. It just changed the navy blue to a mid blue. And we've got team page still intact, everything fine. Testimonials, same thing, just changed our blue color. Contact page, same thing. Okay, so let's go back to the home page and try to fix this top section here. I think the main issue is that we've got this image on top of the other image, and it's identical. Okay, so let's try to edit this. So we can go to site, dashboard, code. We've got these top options here. It's not letting me click on this image to change anything. So let's try playing around with some of the features at the top. I'm already in edit mode. It doesn't seem to let me edit. Let's go to demo. Seems like demo, it didn't change anything when I clicked demo. Maybe it's just a little stuck. Trying double clicking on stuff and it's not doing anything. Let's take a look at the mobile version. Oh, so the mobile version actually is, so we've got some weird spacing at the top here. Our text is like directly against the top navigation, and the navigation seems like it's basically still like the desktop version, but in a mobile shape. It doesn't really fit. Let's try refreshing, see if that fixes it. I put us back in desktop mode. Let's try going back. Okay, so yeah, it's basically just not working in a mobile size to fit the navigation. So like normally on a mobile menu, you would either have smaller text so that it fits, or you would have like a hamburger menu with like the 3 lines, and that would let you like open a menu with the navigation options in there. It otherwise seems okay towards the bottom, but yeah, the top kind of messes up the whole page shape. We've got a lot of like empty white space over here on the right. You shouldn't really be able to scroll to the right of the page from here. Tablet version, similar spacing issues at the top, and we still have this like duplicate image thing. Okay, so, but otherwise looks pretty okay. Let's go all the way down. Okay, yeah, the footer is kind of cut off. All right, so mobile version not super responsive in terms of like adjusting that sizing. So let's just, yeah, on these other pages on mobile, it basically just still looks like the desktop version, like cropped into the mobile shape. I'll try opening it in a new tab in case that's the problem. So in desktop, this looks fine. We're going to just do the Google Chrome version of mobile. Yeah, it's not actually working. So we'll just close that. We'll go back to the builder. Let's just focus on the desktop version for now. So we'll switch back to that and back to the home page. Okay, let's just try to fix this image. Okay, so edit mode works now. That's good. I think maybe clicking the preview like reset something, and maybe refreshing the page. So, okay, so we're going to get rid of this image. We're going to get rid of this container with the 98% satisfaction. It still seems like there's containers here when I hover over it, even though the image is gone. but you can see there's like a difference between the colors in the hero image. So like whatever that container is, it's not really letting me completely delete that. So I just have like just the hero image background. It doesn't seem to let me really get rid of that. Maybe I'm just like not doing it right. Keep deleting it. It doesn't seem to delete it. It looks like there's 3 layers of containers here. So I'm going to just keep trying to delete all of them. Okay, it doesn't seem to actually be deleting them. So let's just forget about the containers. The image is gone, so that's good. Maybe we can try and figure out the color difference later where the image used to be, where it's a little bit lighter now. Um, yeah, because it's still showing the container there. It doesn't seem to let me get rid of that. So, okay, so we'll scroll down. Let's try to fix a couple of these other issues. First of all, this image for the expert team is like, I'm not really a big fan of it. It's very shadowy, it looks very mysterious. It's like not the vibe I'm going for. Let's see if we can ask it to adjust this image. So it says what needs changing. Okay, so can this image be less of a silhouette? Let's see what it does. Okay, so in the chat you can see it sent my message over there. So it's saying, great, updating it. Okay, I'm working on making the image less of a silhouette for you. Cool. All right, and so that you can see it's doing the wave again. It's going through the site and updating the image. Updating image silhouette. Okay. So let's see what we've got here. Done. I've reduced the overlay darkness on the hero image from 50% to 20%. Okay, but it doesn't look like anything changed. So maybe let's just tell it it didn't work, whatever. Okay, it looks the same. Let's see what it does. Can it double check? Verifying if changes are visible now. Okay, so it's double checking for us. Let's give it a minute. Okay, I understand the previous adjustment didn't quite hit the mark. I'm making another attempt to adjust the image silhouette for you. Okay, doing the wave, doing the wave. Okay, working its AI magic. Okay, taking a little bit of time, if that's all right. We're just gonna sit here and be patient. It's doing its thing. Okay, still waiting. Still waiting, still waiting. Okay, done. I've made the hero image much more visible by adding brightness and contrast filters to brighten the image, reducing the overlay from 20% to 5%. It still looks the same. Okay, that's okay. Let's move on from the image. We're not gonna worry about it. Okay, so fine. We would basically use like stock images, no problem. So we're gonna go down. Let's go to our expertise section. This looks a little bit meh to me now. I feel like we should do something here. Let's at least add some contrast. So I'm just gonna say the our expertise section is too much blue now. Can you make the services cards, the service areas, let's make it white so that we have like some contrast. Service area cards, just to be clear. Okay, let's see what that does. This should be pretty simple, so I'm hoping it can handle this. Time will tell. Okay, I'm working on changing the service area cards to white for you. You can track the progress here. Cool. Okay. And I'm assuming it will also reverse the text color so that when we swap that, we can still read the text on the white cards. Okay, good. It did that. Pretty simple swap. Okay. All right. Doing the wave, doing the wave. And done. Okay. Done. I've changed the service cards to our expertise section to be white, proper text colors. Okay, great. So we've got that section. Let's go back down. I'm gonna leave that alone. Oh wait, my image is gone now from the testimonial section. So there was an image here and now it's gone. All right, so let's just give it a heads up. My image in the testimonial section of the homepage seems to have disappeared. Okay, checking the testimonial image issue. Restoring the testimonial section image. Cool. Okay, so I'm working on it. Okay, cool. So it's doing the wave. We've got the wave going, getting some stuff done. All right, we've got an image back. Positioning is a little bit weird, but that's fine. I'm not going to worry about that for now. This guy's face is kind of cut off. Okay, so done. I've restored the image in the testimonial section. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it put that back. So now, now we're out of credits. Okay, to keep editing with AI, upgrade to a premium plan and get 50 credits. But then when we go to the top, it's put my image back that I deleted, and it changed the text color I didn't even change that. That was its own edit that it had fixed that from our first edit. It made it dark again. So now it's dark text on a dark background. Okay, but at least we have our other image back. All right, well, so now we've got kind of an unusable hero of the page here. This would need to be changed completely. Back to the lighter text. We still need to get rid of that image. And I think it also got rid of the mask overlay that was on the image, making the text easier to read. Okay, so that's kind of a bust. And now I'm out of credits. So the finished result is not totally usable. But I would say that it is cool to see it do things when you give it a prompt and it like makes things that you're talking about. That's cool. However, I honestly feel like this is more work than just choosing a pre-existing template that Wix has and then just editing that. I feel like this is slower. And I feel like it's more frustrating because it looks like it's doing what you're asking and then it undoes things that you've asked for after you've spent a bunch of time doing stuff. I don't see another way to save, and the mobile versions are completely screwed up and like completely unusable. So probably would not use this for myself. I do want to check it, just the preview, just to see how it looks like on another browser and how it looks on a real phone, because maybe on a real phone it's fine. Let's just double check. So here is our site. I know it looks the same. It looks still pretty broken. The nav like completely goes off the screen. The rest of the page seems to fit fine, the same way it did on the preview, but the way that the whole site fits into a mobile version is not usable. You wouldn't be able to use this for anything because it has all this extra white space on the right side of the screen. And then the horizontal view of mobile fits a little bit better, but it's still like the nav is weird. The spacing of the navigation is weird. I don't think I would use this personally. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. Ultimately, I wouldn't use this yet. Maybe it's going to be better soon. Maybe it will rapidly improve. But like for now, the issues that I see with this are, one, even if it did work perfectly, what you're doing is just building a template, which we already have access to. You can go to any website builder like Squarespace or Wix or whatever, and they usually have a whole library of templates already made, and you can just pick one that looks closest to what you want and then edit that. I feel like that would actually be less time and less of a frustrating experience, even though that experience in itself, as many of you probably know, is already pretty frustrating. This is a little bit more annoying because it looks like it's doing what you want and then doesn't, and then it actually undoes things that you've done once you have gotten something right. And then after all of that, when you run out of credits, then they want you to pay for it to do this. I would not pay for this at this point. And honestly, like back in code school, they told us what MVP is. MVP stands for minimum viable product in software engineering, meaning that it's like the bare minimum of what you can put out when it's done, well enough to like put it out on the market and have people test it out. And I wouldn't honestly consider this MVP. I wouldn't really consider this at the bare minimum yet because it can't even do the mobile version. I feel like that's so important, especially like in a mobile first world. We have to really make sure that websites are responsive and work on all devices. And this one does not make the mark. So probably if you really insist on making your own design for your website, what I would recommend is probably creating like a mock-up of it, just using like either ChatGPT or Midjourney or an image generator. Just tell it to design, you know, a website for your brand as an image, and then either try to replicate that yourself in a website builder, or you can work with a designer and you can send a designer that as your like example of like what you're going for, and then a designer can put that together for you either as a custom site or maybe in a website builder, even though that is more limited. But either way, I think those would be less frustrating than trying to do it this way, because this had so many problems that there's definitely no way I would pay for this myself. But let me know what you think. Curious of your thoughts about this. If you've tried it yourself and you've had a better experience, curious to know. As a designer, I'm definitely keeping an eye on this stuff, and I want to know if it does get better, so that I could be prepared for what's coming. And who knows what that will be? But right now, AI website builders are not really something I'm super concerned about, because from what I can tell, it literally just creates you a template, which is at the point that we're already at. So we already have templates. So why make your own? So those are my thoughts on this. It was an interesting experiment though, and I'm happy I tried it out. But yeah, it's definitely got a long way to go, I think. Let me know what you think.